Welcome back, my horrible, horrible monsters. How are you doing today? It's Chris here, and I want to talk to you guys about how to beat round 90 to 100. Number 1, you've got to deal with DDTs. Number 2, you got to deal with banded DDTs, group DDTs, tons of Oh My Gods and BFBs and reinforced balloons all over the frickin' place. How do you do it? What are the best towers to use? Well, 2 of the best towers to use, believe it or not, are both 5th tier towers in the primary monkey section. We've got the cannon and the ice tower. What you want to do is you want to try and get up. So, okay, let's take a step back for a second. If you guys don't know, the biggest issue with round 90 to 100 is basically just grouped Moab class balloons. Not only do you have to do damage to these grouped Moab class balloons, then you have to prepare for round 100 as well, the bad balloon. And some 5th tier towers are not that good against the bad balloon. For example, these 2 that I'm going to show you right here are excellent for round 90 to 99, but they're not that great against the bad balloon. So just please keep that in mind here. We're going to go for a balloon crush with faster reload than the missile launcher, and we're going to go for a Icicle Impale right here. I'm going to get the Enhanced Freeze and the Deep Freeze here just because. Now for cleanup, I'm actually going to... So as usual, guys, you know that you can kill monsters with fire, right? Well, you can always kill balloons with money. If you have 5th tier, $100,000 towers here and here, like, you know, and you got something up at the front here, like, of course they can take them down. But not everybody's rolling around at $500,000 over here, which I did earn, rightfully so. So what you need to think about is, like, how can I defend with, like, the least amount of money possible? And not just defend, but defend well, you know, throughout the entire game. So one way to practice this is with deflation. If you guys want to test it out in deflation, just sort of test out a couple different strategies. Use $20,000, see if you can get to around 90 or 95 or something like that on a normal game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Perma Spikes back here. I'm just going to get the Red Hot Spikes because it does pop DDTs as well. Sometimes you can use a Monkey Village combo, which is a little bit better, but for today's purposes, I think this is going to be more than enough for me. So, these are your 2 main towers, but both of these guys don't do that much damage against the balloons, and I need something that can do the real damage. And I always recommend, guys, using Super Monkeys, alright? Super Monkeys are one of your best friends. They're good all around towers. They do damage to everything, especially if you can get a Sun God going on over here. You can go for a Sun God with knockback or super range, either way, but knockback's a little bit better against the balloons. Now, the one thing that I really haven't mentioned yet, which is really freaking important here, guys, is Alchemists. Alchemists are going to be some of your best friends for round 90 plus for 2 different reasons. We're actually going to get 2 different upgrades here. We're going to get one of them up to the middle path over here, the Unstoppable Concoction, and we're going to get 2 of these guys up to the 4th tier Stronger Stimulant, and you can go for either one of these different upgrades right here. I don't really care which one, but as long as you're powering up your other monkeys over here, you're going to basically be unstoppable, my friends. So this defense right here will defend around 90 to 100, no problems whatsoever, and it only costs about $100,000 total. So that's why this is so gosh darn nice. The only thing that you have to make sure you do is you get yourself some camo detection. So if at all possible, guys, make sure you've got some monkey villages over here with some camo detection. And then if you want to, you can also give it some increased speed as well with the jungle drums. About 20% increase in speed. And to me, I think it's worth it. Especially for these really strong towers over here. Now what you're going to notice is not only are we going to beat these balloons, but we're going to completely annihilate them. As far as targeting goes, pretty much everybody's going to go on strong, actually. Your cannon's going to go on strong. Your Icicle Impale's going to go on strong. This guy's going to go on last or strong, whatever the heck you want, man. We're going to get this guy up to faster throwing as well. And you're going to see how fast we just straight up annihilate the balloons over here. Even these DDT class balloons on round 90 is like not an issue whatsoever. So I highly recommend, whenever possible, man, if you can save up the money right here, go for the 5th tier cannon, because he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he stuns all of the Moab class balloons. Put him in a spot where his group damage is actually going to affect all the balloons over here. So in this general location right here, you know, pretty much anywhere he hits, group damage, group damage, group damage, is basically perfect for the hedge here. Icicle Impale, I'm going to leave this guy on strong too because I want to make sure that he damages and slows down the DDTs and the Oh My Gods and all these higher tier Moab class balloons that we got to take down. I don't want to hit this. I don't want to hit balloons with this guy at all. If he hits balloons at all, he's just wasting his popping power. The Sun God is just sort of my cleanup thing. You know, I usually build a Sun God in almost any of my maps here anyways, so he's just kind of there because I would always get him eventually, and if I have him on chimps mode, I can't even sell him. So, like, just keep the Sun God around. He's a great addition to your team over here. Can do great cleanup work, and of course, just do damage to pretty much everything on the screen. But the main thing you guys gotta get right here are these two Alchemists right here. I have a feeling that they're going to end up nerfing these guys eventually, so maybe this will end up being less efficient later on. But as it currently lies, man, these are the two best. These are the best guys in the game, man. The freaking 4th tier Alchemists. Now you're wondering, how the heck am I popping all these balloons as soon as they freaking come out? Believe it or not, it's actually this guy. It doesn't look like he's doing that much. It doesn't look like he's doing all that much damage or anything like that. But as soon as any one of these balloons pops, Zomagods, BFBs, Moabs, it explodes and does damage to all the balloons next to it. So you can see how drastic of a difference or drastic of amount of popping power we can get with this guy. Not only am I taking these guys down, I'm literally taking them down as soon as they walk in the screen. So the question is, like, how should we end up, if we had to take something out over here, what should we take out? Honestly, the most expensive tower in the game is this cannon right here, so if you have to go without it, go without that guy, but instead I would trade him out for something else that can hopefully at least help you out in the long run here. I'd personally go for a Spectre. He's not good against DDTs, but he's good against everything else. So especially if we can get him in the range of a Camel Detection Monkey Village over here. Put a Spectre somewhere, 4th tier, give rapid fire or whatever, rapid reload and whatnot. You can take down all these balloons. Not quite as easily, but you can still take them down. Now you can see round 95 is one of the most difficult rounds in the freaking game, right guys? We've got huge chunks of DDTs coming out. Let's see how we're going to deal with them with just, $21,000 in selling here, $20,000 of selling here, $7,000 there, and just a few grand everywhere else. Overall, we've probably spent 60 grand on these towers or something like that. Like, it's really not that much. Here's the big chunks of DDTs coming out against us right here. The Icicle Slowdown is slowing all these guys down. You see our Spectre sort of doing the cleanup damage over here. Ending up actually not doing that much damage against these Camo Balloons, though, surprisingly. But he is going to clean up all these balloons, and even around 95, man, we are going to take him down. Permaspike was in the back here. This is one of those towers that I actually think is probably the best tower in the game right now. But I also think he's going to get nerfed, so I didn't really talk about him all that much yet. But if you guys really want to have a good defense for now, use the Permaspikes. I got White Hot Spikes, but actually the 025 is better if you put him in the range of a 3rd tier Monkey Village over here, the Monkey Intelligence Bureau. He's kind of expensive, but as it currently is, it's worth it, guys. Get that, and you're going to be freaking happy with the results over here. As you get more money, well, again, I would say that you should probably get a 5th tier cannon over here. Make sure you get this guy up to Balloon Crush and whatnot. If you can't quite afford that guy, you can trade him out for another Moab Poppin' Power Tower, and I would actually go for a Wizard right here. So we're talking about a 5th tier 5-0. Very important here. 5-0 to Wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miscounted that, but Intense Magic is actually really important here, guys. And then we can just get Monkey Sense, because why the heck not? Like, $300, who cares? And if you see, like, now we're on round 96 and everything, again, put these guys on Strong. The reason why we're putting all these guys on Strong is we're doing Moab damage with them. This guy you can leave on first because he's sort of your cleanup for this strategy. But if you have something like a Robo Monkey instead, leave him on first. If you have any sort of other heli pilot or something like that, leave them on first, and let them actually go to work over here. But you can see how much damage we can do to these things. It's like not even an issue. If we put it on auto start over here, dude, we're just going to annihilate the Bloons non-stop. So for a very cheap amount of price, about $100,000 or so, we can easily take down all these rounds without any issues. Combine a couple good towers, and you're going to be really happy. As you start to get into some issues and you run into a little bit more money, you want to start popping in some extra support towers, like the Moab Press. Pop a couple of these guys up to 0-4. Make sure they are in range of a Monkey Village, but it doesn't matter where they are on the screen. They will Moab Press from infinite range, and you can slow down the Moabs even further to allow you to yourself to do more damage, especially against the DDTs and stuff like that, which usually cause a lot of issues over here. Against the bad balloon, you're actually not that strong with your current towers here. So, believe it or not, the Icicle Impale is actually not that strong against this guy. The Archmage is okay. The 5th tier cannon is actually not that good. So that's when you want to start relying more on your Super Monkeys or your other kind of extra towers beyond what you currently have on your team. Like the Spectre is going to be surprisingly helpful over here. And the Moab Presses are going to push the DDTs backwards as well. Even if they get out of range of our current towers over here, we can take these guys backwards. But you can see that some of the 5th tier towers that are really, really powerful against the balloons don't work quite as well against the bad balloons, because they don't do any extra damage. It's not considered a Moab class balloon over here. Moving on to free play. If you ever wanted to go into free play, well, of course, you can start building whatever the heck you want, man. I don't really care what you're building, but, you know, usually you want to try and get a temple. They're expensive as crap, and that's why I don't talk about it as actually a good round 90 to 100 popping power tower up in here, but that's what you want to go for. Go for a temple if at all possible. So just to reiterate, there's a couple great towers over here that I think you should end up using as like a main focus on your team. I love the Icicle Impale, so that would be a 005 ice tower. You want to get a 5th tier Balloon Crush over here. Don't forget about the fast reload and whatnot. These are like 2 of your favorite towers to stop all the balloons right in their path, right at the very beginning of the map, just to stop them and destroy them all. Some other towers that are pretty decent are Super Monkeys. They're just great addition, you know, they're like a great addition to your freaking team. They do damage, they clean up balloons, they're just kind of awesome overall. So I highly recommend going for those guys. The Wizards are surprisingly effective as well because they do Moab damage. We can take down Moabs very, very quickly, and then the balloons inside aren't as big of an issue if you've got this guy. Make sure, no matter what you're getting, though, you always support them with the 4th tier Alchemists over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I just get faster throwing just because I can faster throw these things. And this is going to be like a great freaking team. As you get more money, you can start just throwing in some extra support towers over here. You can throw down a Grandmaster Ninja. You can throw down a Heli Pilot over here. You know, a nice addition to your team is the Comanche Commander. He's not good against DDTs, though, so be careful with that. You can throw down a Glue Gunner if you want. He's great against the balloons. You can get a quick balloon dissolver over here. Like, there's a ton of different ways to go about doing it, guys. There's no one way to play the game, but I just wanted to show you like a nice, easy way to sort of work your way into popping these harder rounds. The great thing about this game is that even though round 80 can be like a little bit difficult, round 81's really difficult, but it gives you lots of money. Around 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, you're going to get like $20,000 just from those rounds right there. So you can easily start to save up for your really high-tier, high-class awesomeness 5th tier towers over here. Icicle Impale, Wizards, Super Monkeys, Cannons, whatever the heck you want over here, man. Make sure you use those guys. You're going to be really freaking happy camper. I believe that's all I got for you guys today. Of course, there's infinite ways to play, and I might not have used your favorite strategy. If I didn't, and you found something that's just unbelievably fantastic over here, feel free to share it in the comments below. I'm sure anybody would like to at least test out your strategy to see if it's viable for them. But this is one of the best ways to take these guys down, so if it did help you out, I'd really appreciate a like from you guys. Press that like button for me, subscribe if you haven't, and of course have a super duper